At Amity University, Institute of Defense Technology, along with my fellow friends, Mr. Sivaram and Ms. Devi from SEM 3 and SEM 1, respectively, warmly welcome you all to our campus of Amity University, Noida. We are thrilled to have our guest of honor, senior members of Amity University, esteemed faculty, and a wonderful mix of students among us. This gathering is a celebration of our shared passion for a self reliant nation, and we are in for a day filled with inspiration, learning, and connection. Thank you all for being here, and let's make this memorable experience for everyone. To begin our today's session, I'd like to welcome Dr. Neha Arora, Assistant Professor AIDT, to welcome our esteemed guests and to brief the students on the workshop that follows.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and our dear students. At the outset, on behalf of Amity Institute of Defense Technology, Amity University, Noida, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our esteemed dignitaries, respected senior members, faculty members, and dear students from St. Thomas School, Loni, St. Thomas School, Indrapuram, Amity International School, Mayur Vihar, and Amity International School, Noida. This workshop is part of our ongoing efforts to realize the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat as envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister. In pursuit of self-reliance in defense technology, government sector in defense, the DRDO, public and private sector are working collaboratively to establish a robust defense ecosystem and the defense corridors. These initiatives aim to inspire young aspirants and entrepreneurs to embrace challenging and exciting careers. We are extremely fortunate to have among us today Lieutenant General A.P. Singh, PVSM, AVSM, PhD retired, and Brigadier Arun Sehgal. Sir, we are grateful to you for sparing time to enlighten the young. Dr. W. Silvamurthy, former Chief Controller, DRDO, Chairman, Amity Institute of Defense Technology, and Chancellor, Amity University, Chhattisgarh. Dr. B.K. Murthy, Dean Transnational Research and Entrepreneurship Development. Professor K.M. Soni, Deputy Dean, Engineering and Technology. Dr. Gopal Bhushan, Deputy Director General, ASTIF, and Colonel C.V. Gopal, Deputy Director, ASTIF. I would also like to thank Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh. Ma'am could not be with us due to some important engagements, but her blessings and support is always with us. To our esteemed dignitaries, thank you for gracing the occasion with your presence. Your wisdom and experience will surely be an inspiration for all. I'm sure that today's workshop will enlighten our young audience with the latest trends and technologies. Once again, on behalf of Amity Institute of Defense Technology, Amity University, Noida, I extend a welcome to one and all present here. Let's explore, learn, and create together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We here at Amity have always appreciated the presence of our guests, and keeping that tradition in mind, we would now like to welcome our guests with a sapling signifying life and growth that we wish the same upon our guests. May I now request Dr. W. Selvamurthy and Professor Dr. Neeraj to present the saplings to our guests. It's an honor to introduce Lieutenant General A.P. Singh. It's an honor to introduce Lieutenant General A.P. Singh, PVSM, AVSM, PhD. He is a distinguished former officer of the Indian Army with over 40 years of service, culminating in his role as the Director General of Army Air Defense. His career began in 1981 after completing his training at NDA-IMA and eventually moving to India in 1995, along with prestigious courses at the Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, Higher Command MAU, and the National Defence College, New Delhi. Throughout his career, he served in various key positions, including as chief instructor and later commandant at the Air Defense College, Gopalpur, before retiring as Director General in 2021. Academically, Lieutenant General Singh holds a PhD in Military Social Science from Jivaji University 2013, along with MPhil degrees in Strategic Management, Madras University 2012, and Defense Management, Devi Ahalya University and 2005, and an MSc in Defense Studies, Madras University 1994. His extensive experience spans operations, defense procurement, modernization, and organizational development, where he has significantly contributed to the Indian Army's strategic capabilities. Notably, he played a crucial role in establishing skill development centers for defense retirees and in efforts to revitalize the defense industrial ecosystem. Lieutenant General Singh also directed disaster management initiatives, including leading the Army's response during the Uttarakhand floods in 2013 and participating in Asian disaster management in Brunei the same year. Beyond his military service, he remains actively engaged in academic and strategic defense circles, organizing seminars on drones, UAS systems, and air missile defense, and regularly contributing to strategic defense journals. He also serves on interview panels for prestigious organizations like the UPSC, continuing to influence the next generation of military leaders. May I now request our guest of honor to address the gathering?
Yeah, Hind, I'm audible. Uh, at the outset, let me uh, express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Murthy, Dr. Silva Murthy, for yesterday morning. I got a call from him early in the morning. I was out of station. I was in army. We use that different lingo. Outstation means you are not in Delhi at that kind. So I was out of Delhi, but I got a call from him. If you are available, can you come to Amity? Without batting an eyelid, I said yes, sir. I will be there, and that is how I'm here today. And I'm fortunate also that I have my teacher, instructor in 2004-5. Like you must have seen, army officers do a lot of courses, a lot of this thing. So he taught me, Brigadier Sehgal. And I met him almost after that, 2004, today's 24, 20 years. And the moment I saw him, I mean, my emotional quotient and that kind went up like anything. So thank you very much, sir, for inviting me. And I also felt good that this particular today's event is basically for this new generation, Generation Y, sorry, Generation Z, they call themselves, Generation Zoom and all that. Because I think there has been some division whereby now, and people of various generations, Generation Z is the one where those people born after 2000, means 21st century. And my understanding is that this is a different world altogether. Altogether, I mean, if I look at Dr. Murthy, Dr. Segal, and I try and compare in today, I think I'll not be talking sense. So it's good to look at the new generation, Generation Z. People say 21st century is just century of enlightenment to knowledge, that kind, and all that. You guys are problem solvers. I mean, people say that this young generation can, within minutes, you are very focused, you have a very clear mind, and the amount of information which is available today, courtesy that computers, and but after that Facebook and all that kind, which social media came up in early first decade of, I'll say, 21st century, and things have changed. That smartphone, I mean, that at the click of a button, of a tap, that all kinds of information is available. So it's really very difficult for us to tell, me at least, to tell you something which you is not available to you, something which you don't know, or you this. As long as you are wanting to know, unless you have a quest for knowing, it's all available on your. In our time, World Wide Web, that kind of information used to be available, but today is different. I remember, as far as the army is concerned, believe me, I'm an army officer, as were told. I've spent about 40 plus years and I've gone through all that rigmarole which Sagal sir also has gone through. Army is the best organization as far as the absorption of technology is concerned. Just one sentence and let me finish itself. The amount of exposure that you will get in Indian Army to Indian Army means, I'm not saying Army putting on that uniform and the thing, but the defense ecosystem I'm talking about, the defense ecosystem. Dr. Murthy himself has spent all his life in the defense ecosystem. And that kind of a statement I'm making. So the first thing I want to tell you, if I'll focus myself on two, three things on that. I believe most of us are science students here. I mean, that. But don't feel if somebody is a non-science, it doesn't make difference today. Science, non-science makes difference. But if you're a science student today, the 21st century belongs to you. It's one liner. If you don't understand the new technology which is happening around, that quantum, that AI, that I'll cover not in detail because I got about 20 odd minutes to speak. So you have to have a science. So if you're a science student, matlab you're on the tops of the world as far as 21st century is concerned. That's the first point I'm making. Science, if you look at in the history, the science has made our life great. What we have, you all say that this decade or this centuries of abundance. I mean, I don't find any problem anywhere. The amount, the wealth which is floating around, the amount of comfort which is there, amount of facilities which are there. Ask doctors, I will tell you, we used to cycle or walk and all that kind. But today there's abundance of energy, abundance of light, abundance of everything. So it's a blessed century. But believe me, till about somewhere around 18th century, I mean, human civilization must have started some 14, 15,000 years back, Homo sapiens and all that. Till 18th century saw the life was hell in this world. I will give you simple example. I will not get into that kind. Look at that life expectancy. Even in 18th, 19th century, people at 35, 40 just conked off, died. But come that enlightened one that I'm repeatedly telling you, that all those big scientists that this today our life expectancy has got into 80s. So it's all transformation of that enlightenment period of 18th, 19th century. And the same people now talk about this century, 21st century, which you all guys will be handling. So that's the first point I'm trying to make. As a science student, you are blessed to be here in this century. Now coming down to the defense, as I made that statement, you cannot get a better environment than working into a defense environment. I'm not talking about the Army, Air Force, Navy. I'm not here to sell that. Perhaps a different, but if you believe me, I'll give a simple example. The mainframe computer, the first mainframe computer that India imported was 1979, sir. Two of them came. The first one was given to Indian Army in a place called Mau, MCT Mau. 1980s, we used to do computer courses. I myself got exposure on that COBOL, a system used to be there. Then we went to Pascal and all that, but these are history. So Indian Army, believe me, as far as defense is concerned, is the biggest user of technology. This is the point I'm trying to highlight to you. You don't have to get commissioned into an officer this thing. In fact, that's a very small part of it. There are thousands ways to, and the most important is to do this defense technology course. There cannot be a better course than defense technology in today. I'm just focusing on that young generation today. All these technologies that we talk about, 7, 8 verticals that you will be, in case you join Amity. By the way, let me make a disclaimer. I'm not here, I'm not part of the system, but I can feel for it. That's what I'm trying to make to you. I'm not selling anything, but today, like as a keen retired officer, I keep reading all that and keep seeing the changes. Look at the AI. They'll be teaching you AI, the ML, that machine language, AI, Chat GPT. I think every student must be using it today. Chat GPT is just a bot. There are greater things which will come out of AI. That what all that you talk about, that augmented reality, virtual reality, robots. There are plenty of robots floating around. And if you get into the defense ecosystem, you'll be handling all the robots. We have started using for ammunition, and that's a preliminary stage. So this is what I'm saying, trying to say. You'll get exposure to this. Get exposure to aerospace. Aerospace is the new frontier of war fighting. The, the way I hope you're aware that Chandrayaan or something which is being launched now, the 2 defense officers, Air Force officers, are part of the system. So you will get exposure to the latest, all that what you Elon Musk tells you about the Starlink, that communication, that satellites, blah 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 blah. That material management. I read all this, so that's why I'm recollecting all the material management. Today, the world is being driven by the country which has possesses the critical materials. The critical materials, I'm not a qualified officer, but I can tell you critical materials are all that lithium, uranium, all that kind, which China has almost 90% that belongs to China. So China, that's why is this thing. So you'll have access. So semiconductors, you are aware of all these youngsters. If you get into defense, you'll be getting into all the big factories, which all these big people like Nvidia and all that, whatever they call it, they're established in India. So I'm just giving a picture of how. Then, of course, we have naval technology is a part of what I saw it this morning. Naval technology, all the latest submarines, the autonomous. Yeah, I'm aware of a young friend of mine who's handling autonomous ships today. I think it was picked up from Israel, and today it'll be doing surveillance in the big seas, looking at how Chinese this thing, the underground autonomous, that drones, all that. In fact, I'll say your imagination is the limit of how you can use the drones. I have seen all this transformation in last 7, 8 years. So I, what I'm trying to emphasize, and there are many others also, that combat vehicles, in fact, are my respected senior Brigadier Sehgal will feel bad if I don't about the combat vehicles itself. Our tanks are getting transformed. When I joined and first few years, the tanks matlab ki will work only in Rajasthan and all that. But today tanks are happening everywhere. We have taken to Leh, Ladakh, all that this thing. So what I'm trying to tell you, I've just tried to give you a picture of the life that you lead if you get into this. And don't get scared by anybody. The defense or defense related activity or defense ecosystem is the only profession which is evergreen. This I'm making a very deliberate statement. Because man by nature, if you look at it, is a fighter. There's not just today when I'm talking to you, at least there are 15, 20 countries in the world out of 190 odd. They all are fighting. Russia, Ukraine, you all know, last 2 years, it was never heard of. The countries will fight, a modern country, superpower of 21st century, can keep continuing fighting for more than 2 years. Russia was a superpower because all courtesy defense technology that in case you decide to come into the defense. Israel and that Palestine. Palestinians are not a state. They don't have resources. They are just Rikki-Tak, that type of organization. And Israel is the top country in defense technology. I can proudly tell you, I have gone to Israel 3, 4 times. We have imported a lot of equipment, radars from them, missiles from them, and many things. They are the kind of people there. But today you see, Israel is doesn't know how to come out of it. It's all because of technology, defense technology. The Gaza people, the Palestinians, they have access to all the knowledge that we have. And believe me, if you get into this ecosystem of defense technology, it will continue. This is what I'm trying to say. It will never stop. You will always remain relevant. Even AI cannot take away your job. Let me tell you. I keep hearing about that AI will sort out all our jobs. Yes, the jobs in the civil, where if you work, half of them will go. I understand that. But in defense, because any job, you'll be doing a job which will have a synergy of a computer, all that. I don't understand that kind of language, half of it, and equipment. So I can give you a guarantee that if you become a master of defense technology, you will never be out of job. This is my emphasis as far as this is concerned. You'll remain relevant all your life. But the most important is you will remain relevant for 21st century. This is what my bottom line is. So without being more repetitive, I only want to tell you, if you pick up defense technology, in our times, we never had all that kind of focused learning, focused picking up, focused getting into. We always were a math student or a physics student or this thing. But I saw a plethora of courses that are happening in all organizations, but excellent organizations of organizations of 21st century. Defense technology, you cannot beat any of this thing. The amount of challenges that you'll have. Now comes the problems. I was sitting and listening to Brigadier Sehgal sir and Dr. Murthy sir. Talent. The world today is running on talent. And I can tell you, there cannot be a better talent than Indian talent. It is being acknowledged everywhere. All that Satya Nadella and that gang that we talk about. In fact, yesterday, day four itself, there was that CFO or some word was written about the Google, some Mr. Karthik Parekh and that kind. He's number two in Google alphabet that you talk about. So what I'm trying to say, but the days of America are gone. This also I want to tell you. Now you please start looking at China. A very simple, and China today is superpower, will be superpower, will be the only country unchallenged in this world because of science and technology. Let me give you, they have a huge focus on making the whole country as the bestest. Chinese are also hardworking like you and me, let me tell you. We have a little different kind of a culture, so that's why we don't this thing. That's why you guys run away to Canada, run away to Australia, run away to this thing. But today, I was a defense officer for, I told you, 40 plus years. But last, I'd say 9, 10 years, somewhere around 2014, 15, I find the whole defense army, that our ecosystem has changed now. The amount of procurement taking place, the amount of entrepreneurship which is coming up, the openness. I have interacted with the IIT professors. I never got a chance to study in IIT, but now I have interacted with them. The amount of technology which is available now. So the world is at your feet, and all that. I think somebody will tell you. I have discussed the best of your Larsen and Toubro people. I have they are your Tatas, your Adani. They are all putting a lot of money, the kind of land the amount of facilities are coming up. Even if you want to work for all that international Boeing and all that big companies that you have, they say they all are setting up a shop in India because they look at this generation. They look at, in fact, you are a beneficiary of your friends which have gone out and all that. So what I'm trying to say, the only thing required now for you is to get into this defense technology and rule the world. And final advice to you all will be, since I'm a military officer, I must give some advice also to you. The only way you can do it if you have a passion. I'm not just saying it, coming, doing a course, getting all that tick marks that you have done, all that 7, 8 verticals, you are in knowledge. No, if you are a talented, if you have that kind of, they saying spark, you'll just keep moving. There's nothing like I become a lieutenant and because of structural, I'll say the system. But today you can become a CEO with at 25, 30 years service. That's the difference. It's happening in defense ecosystem. I've seen Adani itself, that young fellow, I'm forgetting his name. He used to come to me because of some equipment and all that. He is that CEO of that Adani defense vertical. Young fellow, I mean, not even 40 and all that. And I was almost 55, 60 years old man in this. So what I'm trying to say, you got to have 3, 4 qualities. Please immerse yourself, that quest that you call it, that quest and passion and all that. And this will flow through because as I mentioned right in the beginning itself, the knowledge all available here. Knowledge is all available here. Your passion has to be there. All that big words that we talk about technology today, critical thinking, that courage, blah blah blah, all will come out of this thing. But you'll shine because there is a huge opportunity here. Other places, I think maybe I should not make that kind of a bland statement. But there are other fields, but no field is as exciting as defense technology in 2024-25. And it will continue to be because the way guys like you, I mean, I'll say there are problems we have in this world with this thing, but you guys will solve it. Like I was sitting there next to the sir, climate change and all that. Climate change will be solved by people like you. So there are many this things. So look at the defense technology with that open mind. You have all the information. I'm not getting into all that because that's not my domain. I'm an outsider. In fact, I told you this is my second time I'm here. I came for 5 minutes about 2.5 years back. Dr. Murthy's office. I went to him. I mean, it was a treat listening to him for those 5, 10 minutes that I was there. And and because of that, when I got a call this yesterday, I said, "Guy, man, let me come and speak to you all." So all the best to you. Please look at with an open heart, open mind, I'll say, and you will create wonders. All that, every facility is available today. I have gone and seen the labs. I have gone to see the type. Only requirement is that passionate, talented people. We are still struggling to get that kind of people. And you guys, I think maybe I was looking at that generation Y millennials. I was looking at people like me who I fumble still on computers. That's why I haven't got any slides here. I would have taken, I think, I don't know how many days to make some slides. So I thought, let me just this it. So defense technology is the future of 21st century, the future of this it. And if you can make up your mind and be it, you'll get challenged. You'll really remain challenged all this. We have, I mean, all that senior officers sitting there, you ask them. They also learn every day something or other. So you'll create things. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those enlightening words of wisdom. May I now take the honor to introduce our second guest, Brigadier Arun Sagal. Brigadier Arun Sagal, PhD, Senior Fellow for Strategic and Regional Security, is a retired Brigadier of the Indian Army. He is the Executive Director for the Forum of Strategic Initiative, a policy think tank focusing on national security and diplomacy. He was previously the founding director of the Office of Net Assessment Indian Integrated Defense Staff, IDS, head of the Center for Strategic Studies and Simulation, United Services Institute of India, and senior fellow at the Institute of Defense Studies and Analysis, New Delhi. His research comprises scenario planning, workshops, geopolitical and strategic assessments related to Asian security and issues concerning nuclear doctrine and strategic stability in South Asia. His publications include co authored books and net assessments for the IDS, Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO, and the Indian National Security Council NSC, among other clients. He has also been a member for the task force of the net assessment and simulation under the NSC and a consultant with DRDO. He recently finished a monograph on strategic stability in South Asia for Sandia Laboratories, USA. He conducts simulation and strategic games at IDS, the Ministry of Defense, National Defense College, College of Defense Management, and other international clients. He is a member of many Track 1.5 and 2 initiatives. I now invite Sir to address the audience.
Uh, Thank you, Dr. Silvamurthy. Thank you, Dr. Bhushan. Thank you to faculty of Amity for inviting me over here. Uh, Let me start off with some disclaimers. Number one, I used to be an army officer. I retired in 2003, and since 2003, I'm an academic. I have been a member of think tanks right through, and I continue to be an academic. So I am also sort of a professor kind of a thing who can relate to you in a sort of a different way. The second point I want to highlight to you is that whatever you do, whatever happens, this is the century of technology. If you do not understand technology, you can be nowhere. Our country is on a very fast-paced development. We are going at 7% GDP rate. We are becoming a very major power, and we are doing extremely well economically. We're doing extreme. Our military is reasonably strong. For the last 4 years, we have been standing fast on our borders vis-a-vis the Chinese. Yesterday, we launched a new nuclear submarine. We are we have aircrafts which are flying. We are doing everything, but yet there is one arena where we are weak, where we need talent, where we need youngsters to join us is in the field of technology. Please remember one thing: the modern wars are all technologically driven. You see the kind of developments that have taken place in Ukraine. If you study Ukraine, just look at the don't look at who's killing whom. That's sad part of the wars. But look at the technologies which are developing. There are small groups which are coming up and they're developing WhatsApp groups with technology driven. They are developing uh, homemade drones. They are developing kamikaze drones. They are developing systems which will kill most advanced communication systems through cyber attacks. So there is a huge ecosystem up there. And number two point, you also have to remember the world will always be in a disarray. There will be continuation of wars in the world. It will work. Mankind cannot remain peaceful. Please understand this. It cannot remain peaceful. Why it cannot remain peaceful? Because the wars or the elements of global power are intensely are intensely power driven, and therefore there always will be conflict of interests. And as long there are conflict of interest, there will be wars. And the wars will be driven by technology. Now, what is happening in India? We have developed very advanced systems. The DRDO has done a stellar work. I mean, people talk the same, but they have actually put the entire country on a very strong technological platform from where we can take off. What has government done? The government has realized it is not possible for one element of the government which is publicly driven to only run this ecosystem of defense. So it has decided on Atam Nirbharta. And within the Atam Nirbharta, the government has gone in for what is called IDEX. IDEX is Defense Excellence Systems. What is Defense Excellence System? Basically, it is providing resources, capacities, and environment for. So when you are looking at defense technology as a field you want to join, you're not joining the armed forces, please. You are developing, going to join in a developmental cycle of your country where you will be developing new technologies which will support the national effort. In a matter of 3 years, there are 490 startups that have come up. 490 startups that have come up, and they have done business close to about $5 billion so far. This is the kind of future there is. Last year, the government opened up space sector to privatization. There are 300 privatized companies which have come up. Few weeks back, we launched a satellite, which is a small satellite, which we can launch in a matter of 40 hours, and we can pack in large number of smaller satellites on it and launch them in the low Earth orbit. What is all this? The whole idea is you are sitting in Ladakh, you're sitting in a faraway area, you need communications. All you tell is this row is, hey guys, we need a satellite cover over a particular area. We have a let's put it there's a floods or something or that, or there is a major earthquake, or there is a major. You just launch a satellite and small communication satellite, and you're through. Just like Starlink. Starlink is nothing very great. Please understand that. Starlink is not very great. We can launch Starlinks. We have the capacity to launch Starlinks. So we have to do Starlinks in India. I tell you why you can't buy Starlinks. Because it's a very funny world. When you go and buy something, some technology from outside, so he says, okay, आप ये टेक्नोलॉजी ले रहे हो, आप 1,000 रुपए की आपको मैं टेक्नोलॉजी दे दूंगा. But like when you go to buy a car, immediately after you buying a car, he says, yeah, I tell you 4 years of guarantee. Performance guarantee देता है ना आपको, वो 4 साल की देता है, and that's where he can makes his money because he says, okay, I'll look after your car. The same thing happens with this guys. He'll sell you equipment, but he doesn't sell you source codes. There are no source codes which will come to you. There is no upgradations of the system will come to you. You will get plain simple system which you will use just like you are used to using your TV, which you discard. But in the technology field, particularly in the defense area, you cannot live like that. So indigenous development of technology is the key. We are trying to buy 414 engines for our new LCA Mark II project. Americans have told us, I deal with Americans incidentally very closely. They told us, brothers, we will give you 80% technology. Nothing of that sort is going to happen. Why is not going to happen? Primarily because the technology in the United States is not owned by the government. This is something you must understand. The technologies are not owned by the government in the United States. The technologies are owned by private companies. And how are private? What is Boeing company? Can anybody tell me what is a Boeing company? What does Boeing stand for? They make aircraft, no? They don't make aircraft. Boeing does not make aircraft. Boeing integrates an aircraft. That aircraft's fuselage is being made in Bangalore. No, sorry, in Hyderabad. It is grows from Hyderabad. The small systems which are fitted into the aircraft, like the autonomous system, like the computer system, the fly-by-wire systems, etc., are being made in Sweden or someplace else. So they are system integrators. Okay. So when you want to, Why technology field is so fascinating? The technology field is so fascinating is that you can do hundreds of things. So what do? You get a basic technology, basic capability. You do your B Tech, etc., or M Tech. Then from B Tech and M Tech, you start developing like the doctors do into different fields. And from different fields, you become the key developers in those fields. That's the ecosystem that we want you to get into. You want to understand that because IAS management के अंदर it is all saturated. There are enough guys who sell soaps. There are enough guys who sell. But even in those, they are backed up by technology. What is Amazon? You order on Amazon. At the click of a button, you say, I have ordered X number of goods and it comes in 48 hours. Have you realized what is the ecosystem behind that? Who made that ecosystem? How does that ecosystem come about? The same thing happens in the defense field. You want to order spare parts, they have to come through the particular ecosystem. So the point I'm trying to make is, please understand that what we are entering into the world is everything is technology driven. Now I come to another area. I come to geopolitical. That's my area. Today, the entire fight between China and United States is basically driven by technology. Who will gain more technological prowess? Who will make the advances in technology, and therefore will be a more dominant technological player in the world? More dominant technological player in the world. So, what are the Americans come up with? The Americans have come up with technology denial schemes. You know what they call them? They call them high fences, small yards. What does high fence means? Area of cooperation is becoming small between the two sides. You can't do without cooperation incidentally. Again, that's I'll come to that my third part of my presentation. You cannot the area of cooperation is becoming small, but the tariffs or let's put it the barriers are becoming taller. So that's why the fences are becoming tall, the areas of cooperation are becoming small. What does that basically mean? That if I want to develop a particular technology in my own country, I mean, I need a technology, I cannot go and buy it outside, period. You cannot go and buy it outside. You have to develop intrinsically, inherently. In India, you have to do it. And if we do not do it, we are going to be backward. We will not be. We will continue like the other day that Ruchi Sharma, a very big investment banker who's working at Indian Express, Adda said, you can grow at 6%, you can grow at 7%, but you cannot reach 11%. What has government done? Interestingly, government has realized it. They put $10 billion in the semiconductors ecosystem. And today, they have said that that money has already been spent. We have large number of 4 or 5 major investment projects are coming up. They're going to put $15 billion more. $15 billion more. If you guys want good jobs when you grow up and you are in the technology field, semiconductor is an open field. It requires lakhs and lakhs and lakhs of people. It's very highly manpower intensive as also technologically intensive. So what I'm trying to get to you is that we for advanced systems, for example, what are the advanced systems we are looking for? Underwater domain awareness. Underwater domain awareness means that you cannot put submarines all the time. So I need autonomous underwater domain system. So if I have to run underwater autonomous defense systems, I need to develop that capacities inherently in India. Not going to happen here. Okay, tell me one thing. Anybody tell me how does internet work here? Anybody? Internet कैसे काम करता है? What is internet? Where the data flows come from? You are wanting to access something in United States. Where the data access coming from? It is coming through underwater sea cables. The entire data of this earth is being transmitted from place A to place B through underwater sea cables. It is not coming from anywhere else. It's they are connected. You think it's coming from ether? No, it is not ether. Ether is the last point. But data transfers are taking place through this underwater cable. That's another area you have to look at. Third area, aircraft engines. We will not get engines. We will not get. There are multiple technologies in engines. You will not get it. You simply will not get those technologies. Purely why? Because nobody give it to you. So that's why when you go abroad, you go to those American universities, you go to the American schools, you want to go to, you tell your parents to please send them money and I want to go there, etc., to get those technologies. There you have to work hard systematically towards a particular goal. Now, what is happening in India is the places like Amity is providing you the environment of working hard, the laboratories that you need, the the the, the mentoring that you need here. You're getting it all here. What is missing? The missing is you, your interest, your hard work. And I also want to tell you is that all of you who enter the field of technology driven, see everything is these are, I would say defense technology is just a word. Please understand defense technology is just a word. All technology are dual use. It's not there is no one use technology. What I'm talking about when you enter the field of defense technology, basically is saying is that defense technologies put you into a particular framework to develop a particular systems, and those are systems that you are under develop, but that's just stage two. But first stage is that you have to do this course, and that's where you get an environment over here, which is the best environment you can get because here there are people who have worked long years in the ecosystem. There are people who are connected to the international developments. There are people who mentoring that you need. That is why I say that it is an important thing to start looking inwards for your further studies in India. And if you're and if defense technology is one of the areas which is now the evolving area, and it's also an area, if you do not do it, you do not catch up to this, you will miss the bus. Primarily because in the arts and humanities field, I'm sorry to say, we are reaching a saturation level. India cannot provide be a service industry to the world. Please understand that we cannot be service industry to the world. We have done it. We have done it. We reached wherever we are. Now we have to move in the technology field. And the technological competition, if you want to become a third largest economy in the world, and if you want to become a third largest technological power, then you have to beat Japan, you have to beat the European Union countries, you have to beat UK, and you have to match up with the Chinese. How do Chinese become so smart here? They're not coming from ऊपर से नहीं आया ना. They're becoming smart purely because of investment in a particular field. What have Chinese done ever since? Okay, you heard of semiconductors? Semiconductor is a wide field. Huh? There are semiconductors, there is a level types of semiconductors. So what we are talking about, 5 micron and below or a 7 micron and below kind of semiconductors. Now that field is totally blocked to the Chinese. Why it is blocked to Chinese? Firstly, the Netherlands makes the machines, they are not available to them. And secondly, they do not have the capacities. So what have they done? They're putting in close to $1 trillion into developing that capacity. Now, how does that money come? Money doesn't create 7 micron chip. Money will not create. You need people. They're training people. They're putting people onto the job to date. Hey guys, come on, go make it. इसको बनाइए जाके. आपको मैं पैसा है, लेबोरेटरी है, इंसेंटिव है, सब कुछ है. आप बनाइए जाके, and that's how they'll make it. They'll make it. So I want my youngsters, I'm 77 years old, sir. I want my youngsters, my future, to invest in that kind of, of, of industrious growth to develop things for the country. And here, again, I say, you have all the facilities available. All that you have to do is understand what this field is, and I'm trying to give you a little short perspective on what this field is. That you have a huge future in defense technology, huge future in technology development. We, this is where our country's future lies, and as youngsters who are the future of our country, I urge you to look at this from a perspective of your future careers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the informational words, sir. I would now like to invite some of the alumni of our MTech Defense batch to have an informational session with the students here. They'll be joining us online.
See, these are the alumni who have done this program, MTech in Defense Technology, and they are in very big industries like L&T, Bharat Forge, Paras Defense, and Mahindra Tech. So, such huge, big companies they are working. So, they are very keen to see you all and also give their experience of having undertaken this program of MTech Defense Technology, and so they will share a few thoughts. So, can you invite the first alumni?
So we first have Mr. Manu Shresht.
Yeah,
He'll be
please.
joining us online.
Good morning, sir.
Manoj,
Good morning, everyone.
so where are you speaking from?
Sir, Bharat Forge, Pune.
Which company you work?
Bharat Forge,
Bharat
sir.
Forge.
Yes,
Very good, very good. Now, we have about 120 20 students. No, as from schools, St. Thomas International, St. Thomas School, both from Loni as well as Indrapuram. Then we also have Amity International School students from Mayur Vihar, Noida. So you are addressing them. Over to you. Your youngsters, give your blessings to them and also share your thoughts. Over to you.
Good morning, everyone. And nice to see you all here. So, myself, I'm Manu Shrest. I'm working as an assistant manager in Bharat Forge Limited. So, currently, I'm working on the Army project that would be a tank combat vehicle. So, apart from my work, let's discuss about what was my experience in Amtech Defense Technology at Amity University. So, I joined as a totally fresher, and I knew nothing about the defense. As a kid, I wanted to work in a defense, but as I got the opportunity in defense technology, my faculties, my professors, they taught me well about the all the areas of the defense. So as you know, we have many verticals there. So I chose combat vehicle engineering. So because I wanted to work in the tanks and the combat vehicles, whatever we have. So with all their knowledge that they have shared with us, we met many scientists. We got the opportunity to meet many scientists from DRDO, ISRO, and it was very good for us. And after that, I got selected in Mahindra Defense thanks to Amity University, and there I got to learn about more about the combat vehicles, deep inside what we have to develop for India, for our nation. Like before, we were importing everything from the outside. Now we are developing our own systems, all the entire system from the minor thing to the major thing, the entire tank. And after that, I got the opportunity in Bharat Forge again from my campus placement. I got it here, and now I'm working on the same project, developing combat vehicles for India for Ministry of Defense. That's all from my side, sir.
Thank you, Manu. Let's give a big clap to
Thank you,
our
sir.
senior who is here, who has shared his experience. And we wish you all the best, Manu, because we have not only given you the knowledge, skills, soft skills, behavior, sanskars, values, resilience to face challenges. This is what this Amity is all about. It's just not only giving knowledge about defense technology. We groom you as the future global citizens. And Dr. Ashok Chauhan, the founder president, has conveyed his blessings to all of you. And I'm sure Brahmastra, the blessings are Brahmastra. So that is why you have that. Now you all will succeed in your life and profession. Thank you, Manu. Can we have the
Thank you.
next person? Have a wonderful day ahead. Blessings to you.
Thank you
Manu,
so much, sir.
just a minute. Manu, Dr. Neeraj this side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only
Good
one
morning, sir.
thing, two things I just want to know from you. Which award you got and how many months you promoted to assistant manager? Please share that.
It took 1 year almost to become an assistant manager, and the award we got was for the achieving a milestone. We got our DDR approved in the Ministry of Defense. Like all the scientists were sitting there, the people from the Ministry of Defense, and we have to approve our project there in front of them. So that I delivered in front of them and got it approved.
Thank you, Manu.
Congratulations.
We are
Thank you, sir.
proud of you here, and it's very good to see you after a break of almost 1.5
Good to
years.
see you too, sir. Yes, sir. Good to
Keep
see you.
growing. Best wishes.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next up, we have Miss Diksha Punera. She is also an alumni from our MTech batch.
Diksha, can we just have you on screen? What a pleasure seeing you. Very good morning. And you have brilliant students from St. Thomas School as well as Amity International School. So, can you just address them where you are and what you are doing? What are the excitement you had in Amity University and what you have in your present job? Over to you. Just please unmute the mic.
Unmute, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, I'm Diksha Panera, and I have done my master's master's in defense technology from Amity, as you all know, and I'm currently working as a RF engineer in Sync Threads Computing in Pune, and I'm working in signal processing for the radar field. So it started like I always wanted to be a defense personnel and do something in the field of defense, and that is when Amity gave me an opportunity to work on that. And with the blessings of uh, Honorable Silvamurthy sir, our HOD, and all our professors, I was able to choose the path that I always wanted to follow. I did my master's in communication and sensors, and that is where I'm still working in. Um, they helped me a lot even during the internship period to secure an internship in LRD Bangalore. That is a very big establishment for radar development in India. It is one of the most prestigious establishment. And even during our internship, all the hardships that we had, we were always supported by our professors, and that is one thing that I love about Amity, that they never leave their students high and dry. Uh, and so during our internship, I got in the field of signal processing that I'm still working on, and I was guided by my professors. Uh, So AIDT has also played a very crucial role in for me to secure a job in the field. It is the defense being very small field, and especially the radar field in India is a very small field. But still, I got the opportunity that I wanted. I got the work that I was working on, and I continued that and. Even in my company, I'm getting a good experience and good exposure to this field. So I would like to thank AIDT for what I am and who I am. And you know, sometimes in work we feel that we feel low, we feel tiring, but still that my work is saving lives. That what keeps me going in work. So if you're someone who wants to work in defense, this is a very beautiful uh, that will help you go forward in this field. So thank you, Jai Hind. That is all about.
Very good. Let's give a big clap to Diksha. Very good. We are so happy to see you, Diksha. And we have one Lieutenant General AP Singh, who is your user, who is using your radar technology. So he just wants to say hi.
Hello, Diksha. How are you? I'm
I'm
happy
good.
that you
I'm good.
mentioned about LRD. I mean, they are the heart and soul of all the radar technology in the country, sensors that you call these days. I hope they
Yeah.
expose you to active electronically scanned array, that kind of
Shared radar.
technology now.
Yeah.
Because,
Active
yeah,
shared radar. Yes.
yeah. Chalo. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Diksha, this is Dr. Neeraj. Where you have done your project?
Hello.
Can you
Good
share
morning.
that?
Yeah.
Uh, please, Diksha.
Yeah. So I was doing during my internship. I worked in OTH radar. That is one of the radars that is one of a kind, and it is in making in LRD. And right now also I'm working in a defense project for IDEX. So that is what.
LRD, just the student, they are not knowing it. LRD is a DRDO lab. Diksha has worked there for complete 1 year. Their project work with CT there related to radar. Thank you, Diksha, for coming.
LRDE expansion is Electronics Radar Development Establishment. LRDE, Research and Development Establishment.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for this information talk, Ms. Conera.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
We have one more alumni, Mr. Rohan Saraswat. He'll be joining us online only. And we request you to kindly share your experience and your achievements with us.
Rohan, can you please unmute the mic? We want to see you
Hello,
on screen. What a pleasure seeing you, Rohan. Let's give a big clap to
hello.
Rohan. Fantastic.
Greetings,
And over to
everyone.
you. So, where are you speaking from now?
I'm speaking from Kalyani Center for Technological Innovations. Uh,
Right.
so,
Which project
in
you are working and what are your experience? Share some thoughts for your youngsters, younger brothers and sisters.
yes, so currently here in Kalyani Center, I'm working on the amphibious systems, basically. And since Amity, my experience was working on propulsion systems, so I was always interested in propulsion. So Amity gave me the opportunity to work with the best professors, and I was taught by Dr. B.R. Sanal Kumar. He's ex ISRO scientist, one of the best scientists in India, and he taught me everything that he knew. And then uh, together we published 4 research papers, and fifth one also got published 2 weeks back. So it was a great learning experience and also the confidence building that was there. So since childhood, I had the dream and I wanted to learn these technologies, but it was very easy learning those technologies in Amity, actually. Later on, I got the opportunity for the internship in GTRE, Gas Turbine Research Establishment, for my dissertation in Masters of Defense Technology. And I was mentored by the department head, the scientist F. Santosh sir, and I was mentored personally by the associate director of GTRE R&QA, outstanding scientist H. Lal Sridhar sir. And not just the technical part that I was taught in Amity and in DRDOs, but it was also the skills that are crucial for the job or the personal development. So it was an amazing experience. Here also, after joining uh, here in Kalyani Group, so the work is very good, and all the learnings that we had from Amity University, from the internship, from the dissertation research, so it is really helping us out, and then the work is really easy here because of all that learnings. So that's all from my side. Currently, I just say working with this motive to make technologies indigenous here, defense technologies more and more indigenous. That will be the motive for me in the future. Thank you.
Rohan, best wishes, and also Baba Kalyani, who is the CMD and the founder of the Kalyani Group of Industries and Bharat Forge. And he was given honorary doctorate with us in Amity University, and a good friend of ours, DRDO, for a very long time. They have contributed immensely at the global level. So you are in that big company. So let's give a big clap to Rohan. Just can you give one message to the youngsters who is aspiring to become defense technologists like you? What one message you like to give?
The message would be do not uh, demotivate yourself. Keep self motivation high, and whatever you want to become, you can achieve it. That's all I'll say. So
Fantastic,
try hard.
fantastic. Let's give a big clap. Great. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve because we have given you all wherewithal, including blessings. You can achieve. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sarswat. It's always motivating to listen our seniors talk about their achievements. We also have one more group joining us online today.
It's not one more group. Just give me a minute. It's just the same group. They're all from Amity.
They all from Amity.
Okay.
Give a
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What a fantastic experience to see my children there on screen. I'm so happy. You people are the future. You people are the future of not only India, the global defense technology. You are going to rule the world, as our people mentioned, no? General A.P. Singh, Brigadier Sehgal. They all have blessed you, and you are going to make path-breaking, disruptive technologies in defense, which nowhere in the world have made. So our blessings are with you. Our love and affections are with you. Once you are an Amitian, you are always an Amitian. So would you like to say each one just 30 seconds, 30 seconds? Just introduce yourself.
Hello, sir. My name is Rajan Darin, sir. So currently here I am looking for the vehicle design as well as your braking. It is basically basically working for the tracked vehicles here, sir.
Great, great. Wish you all the
Yes.
best.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hi, sir. My name is Piyush Seth. I am looking after the power pack for the wheeled vehicles over here.
Very good, very good. It goes into combat vehicles. Yes.
Yes, sir. Hi, sir. I'm Ashish. I'm looking after running gear system and including ceilings and AVMs for wheeled and track vehicles.
Very good. Very tracked vehicles. See,
Yes,
fantastic
sir.
areas they are working. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, so good morning, everyone. My name is Namit, and all of our teams we are working for two projects. One is wheeled vehicle, and one is a track vehicle. So all of us have we are the system owners. So I basically look for the whole driveline system of the vehicle 8x8 what we are making. That's all.
Fantastic. Let's give a big clap to our big team from Amity University who are there in Kalyani Group and Bharat Forge. Thank you so
Hello, sir.
much. Wish you all the best.
Ronak is there. Ronak,
Yes, sir. Ronak this
please,
side.
please.
Hi, sir. My name is Ronak Sarkar, and I'm looking after the ballistic protections as well as ergonomic department of both the vehicle, wheel and track.
Great. Great. Uh, All of you, we will want to see you here in Amity campus. Whenever possible, come down to here. We can arrange the alumni meet also. So give me a date, we'll arrange that. Great to see you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's always really motivating to see our seniors excel. Moving ahead into our sessions of the day, I'd like to invite Dr. W. Selvamurthy, who will be talking on the topic Understanding Global Defense Requirements. Before I call upon Sir, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce Sir to the audience. Dr. W. Salvamurthy is presently working with Amity University as President of Amity Science, Technology and Innovation Foundation, Director General of Amity Directorate of Science and Innovation, and Chancellor of Amity University, Chhattisgarh. Dr. Salvamurthy did his master's in human psychology from Christian Medical College, Vellore, and doctorate from Delhi University, and Doctor of Science from Bangalore 2006. He was also awarded DSc from five universities in recognition of his outstanding research and development contributions in life sciences. Dr. Selvamurthy has served the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, Ministry of Defense, Government of India for over 40 years. At DRDO, serving in various senior leadership roles, he was responsible for the research and development of all the health related and life science related technologies that were inducted in the armed forces with the sole aim to keep the armed forces healthy and efficient in all operational environments, including extremely inhospitable terrains. This biomedical research immensely benefited the armed forces and also gave spin-offs for civil social use. His R&D contributions include the development of trainings, nanotechnology for defense applications, importantly yoga and military psychology. He was the leader for the first Indo-Soviet scientific expedition research. He superannuated from DRDO on 28 February 2013 as Distinguished Scientist and Chief Controller, Research and Development, Life Sciences and International Cooperations, and joined Amity University thereafter in his present role. He is a member of high-powered committee appointed by the Indian Council of Medical Research to review its 12th plan. Chairman of Technology Commercialization Committee of Indian Council of Medical Research. He is also the chairperson of Institutional Review Board of Rajiv Gandhi Cancer Institute and Research Center, Rohini, Delhi, Technical Advisory Committee of ICMR for of ITR, ICMR HQRs, New Delhi, Assessment Committee under the Yoga Certification Board, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. Subcommittee for Technical and Financial Recommendations on Hub Proposal under Biomedical Device and Technology Development Program of DST, Dr. Salvamurthy has also chaired the National Advisory Committee for the Formulation of Policy on Scientific Social Responsibility, Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. He was also the chairman of the Program Advisory Committee for the Plan Scheme, National Scheme and Technological Management Information System, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. He has an H index of 39 and have published more than 250 research papers in journals and of repute, including 18 books. He has been a member of Indian delegation to the World Health Assembly under the chairmanship of Health Minister to speak about the complementary systems of medicine, including yoga. He has represented India at the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, at the Conference of State Parties, Executive Council Working Group, and Confidentiality Commission. Technological Information Forecasting and Assessment Council has entrusted him with responsibility of technological vision, health 2035 to Dr. Salvamurthy as chairman to formulate the vision of the national for health nation for health and medical sciences in recognition of his significant contributions in the field of biomedical research and development. He has been awarded several prestigious research awards. A few prominent ones are Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Award for the most prominent scientist and educationist by Oasis World Records 2023, Sixth, Dr. B.K. Anand Memorial Award by Nutrition Society of India, Hyderabad 2018. Distinguished Science Leadership Excellence Award by World Science Congress 2017. J. Vatamul Global Hospital and Research Center, CSIR, National Award for S&T Innovations, presented by Honorable Prime Minister of India in 2012. Academic Miss Said Mirakhomov Award for contribution to high altitude medicine from Kyrgyz Republic 2012. Technology Leadership Award by DRDO presented by Defense Ministry of India. Lifetime Achievement Award from the Honorable President of India in the field of clinical and preventive cardiology 2006. ICMR Shakuntala Amir Chand Award 1986. I now request Sir to kindly take over the session, please.
Thank you. Thank you. You have done a lot of research on my biography. So, friends, what a pleasure to see the future leaders, both boys and girls, who are going to rule the world. So, I'm not going to stand there and give lecture. So, Devend, you can just. I'm going to engage with you. I'm going to interact with you. So, my lecture is going to be interactive. So much was read about my biography. It's all because of Defense Research and Development Organization. So whatever I am today is because I became a defense scientist. So I joined DRDO in 1973, and then I grew with DRDO. So that made me a scientist, a good human being, and also all that global my presence and impact at the global level happened because of DRDO, because I chose a profession of defense technology. So I want to share with you that what is the journey of the DRDO, that how we have developed defense technology. So I'm going to ask you questions and be ready, be alert. So what do you mean by defense technology? So what do you understand by defense technology?
A career option and a really prominent field which helps our country as well as it is, I mean, yeah, it's a very prominent field and helps our country. And I think this is a very intriguing field as well. It talks about for like basic defense, yeah, security. So, honey, Amity, Noida.
Give a big clap to Sohan. See, a country, the foremost requirement is security of a nation. When you say security, it's a comprehensive national security. It's just not only defense technology. You have economic security, environmental security, defense security, which is security from outside aggressions, and also security from internal the problems. So internal, external security, borders, internal security for the homeland security, and also you have economic security and then environmental security. All that comes under security. That is what comprehensive national security. And I am going to talk to you about how the defense technologies can contribute to strengthen our national defense. Next slide. So heartiest congratulations to St. Thomas School as well as Amity International Schools. You people are going to be the future. You are going to live in a world which is unprecedented in the history of world humanity, that you are going to enter into a profession, into a whatever profession you take, whether it's defense technology or technology development in any other domain. You are in a very unprecedented time in the history of mankind, humankind. So that is why you have a lot of responsibilities to how to make the world a better place to live. Technology drives the doctrines of a nation, both in war and peace. So that is why technology is important. The Brigadier Sehgal mentioned about this, General APC mentioned about this. Technology drives the doctrines of a nation, both in war and peace. And you are going to be, if you choose defense technology, you are going to be in that exciting domain. So, congratulations that you are here to think about how do I become a defense technologist. Thanks. What do you know by Viksit Bharat? You know, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has given a vision for our nation. The first vision to the nation was freedom, independence. That was the first vision. Now a second vision has come that India should become Viksit Bharat. So what do you understand by Viksit Bharat?
Uh, like myself, Ipshita Visht from St. Thomas School, Indrapuram. Viksit Bharat means developed India, basically. In On the basis of technology, we should be more developed. So that's Viksit Bharat.
What a great feeling that I have. You know, when youngsters like you appreciate and dream India to become a developed nation, India to become a Viksit Bharat, India to become an Atmanirbhar Bharat. So, what do you mean by Atmanirbhar Bharat? Anyone?
Good afternoon, all. My name is Sexton Chaudhary. I'm from St. Thomas School, Loni. Atmanirbhar Bharat basically means independent India. We should not export the things from outside. We should build in our country. We need to take initiatives to build the things in our own country that we can import and to the whole world. That export to the whole world. We should not import.
Of our country in defense technology and all other domains, we want to have a self-reliance in defense technologies, critical defense technologies. So you need missiles, aircraft, radar, sonars, torpedoes, and the life support technologies, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear defense technology. Everywhere we want self-reliance. We don't want to import anything. So you have that big role to play to make India Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India in every sphere, including defense technology. And also, we want you to make India a prosperous India, economically, militarily, knowledge-wise, a powerful India. So then only you can call Viksit Bharat, economic power, military power, knowledge power. These are the three facets of a developed nation or a Viksit Bharat. So you have to contribute to this development. And India is an economic power. Today is a strong economic power to reckon with. What is the position of India's economy today? Anyone, any student? Where do we stand on merit list in economical?
I think is it number 5 in the GDP. My name is Devjit Biswas and I study at Amity International School, Noida.
So we are the fifth largest economy today in terms of GDP. It's almost about $4.2 trillion is our economy size. Every year, your country, our country is going to add more than $1 trillion to our GDP. And by about 2047, our economy GDP size is going to be almost $37 trillion. So you are going to live in that powerful country, in that developed India, Viksit Bharat. Imagine how every poverty people below poverty line may not be there, or maybe very few, and which will be sucked into the economic development. They will all move up. So this is what is powerful India, economic power. Foreign exchange reserves are just growing. And then also the direct investment, foreign direct investment flowing in. And we also have Sensex soaring up. All these are good indicator that our country, your country is becoming so rich. But then we are not complacent. We are not satisfied with the fifth position. We want to be in number one position. That is where technologies can make it happen because that gives the power. So we want you to develop those technologies which will make India prosperous and a strong military power. You need self-reliance in defense technology. You need the knowledge power. You have to generate new knowledge, think, innovate, and also bring disruptive technologies to the whole world. Something which the world has never thought. Think. So I want you people not just only follow, get a job, get a employment, make a family, get a car, or make a house. All this will happen. But then, more importantly, you have to prepare yourself, equip yourself. Amity will provide that opportunity. We are here, all these people and who are here, and in different laboratories, different classrooms, different the practical labs. We are all here to groom you people as the future global citizens. So this is one great option looking at defense technology because we all belong to that. And I see so much excitement, so much of opportunities for youngsters like you. Thanks. So if you look at defense sector, we are one of the largest armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, 1.4 billion plus, almost 1.5 billion strong Army, Navy, Air Force. And they are professional forces. Like you are seeing a general here, you are seeing a brigadier here. They have all served for more than 4 decades in the Army. And similarly, you have very strong armed forces, which is looking at land forces, naval forces, and air power. And in fact, he was looking at air defense from Army, and Brigadier Sehgal served in the armed forces. And then now he is in the Delhi policy group, looking at defense policies, global policies, international policies. So they're all here to motivate, enthuse you that what are the opportunities available for defense technology. Next. Now, if you see the defense corridor, have you heard of defense corridor? Who raise your hand? Anybody heard of defense corridors? Okay, I'll tell you. See, now the country, we have put a ban, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, to drive indigenization in defense sector. He has put a ban on almost 500 items you cannot import. There are system of systems, components, devices, and so they have put a ban. So that means you have to succeed by compulsion, success by compulsion. You have to succeed to make it in India indigenously. So that is why this defense sector is going to see that it's a green field, as was mentioned by General A.P. Singh, that it's a green field, and a lot of industries are growing in, like for example, L&T, Tata's, Mahindra, Godrej, Reliance, Bharat Forge, Kalyani Group of Industries, and Paras Defense, Adani. Many people are coming in because the opportunities are growing. Money is there. Employment opportunities are there. So that is why we need human resource. The human resource to conceive the futuristic weapons, design, develop, prototype evaluation, user trials, documentation, and also after sales support after manufacturing. So you see the opportunities. This is the opportunity today available for all the human resource who will pass out from defense technology. Multinational companies, Boeing is putting company here. And similarly, Lockheed and Martin has put a facility here. So look at the opportunity, multinationals coming in, putting their manufacturing as well as R&D division here, because the best brains are here in India. The powerful intellect is here in India. So that is why they are coming, because you are here. The India is the youngest nation in the world, because of you. You people are the youngest. The demographic advantage what India has is because of you people. So, but then you have to grow yourself, equip yourself, not just only to get a job and get a placement. You become a job creator. You should start thinking, how do I become an entrepreneur? How do I make a startup company in defense sector? So dream big. Don't just look for only employment. So that opportunity is available today. Defense corridor. There are two government has announced. One in Uttar Pradesh, and then the other one is coming up in Tamil Nadu. Two states have already announced. There, A to Z, to right from conceiving a defense weapon and right up to the manufacturing, you have the whole system will be available in the corridor. So this is what is defense corridor, which is going to come up now. And then you will have the opportunity to work in futuristic battlefield. We talk about hybrid war, asymmetric war, all these unique technologies. So digital battlefield, the whole battlefield is going to be in internet as well as IoT and in digital platform. Net-centric operations is going to become reality. So you will have opportunity to work on technologies related to net-centric operation, digital battlefield. Then you also have unmanned battlefield because we don't want to sacrifice the soldiers. So we will send robots, we will send unmanned ground vehicles, unmanned aerial vehicles, unmanned underwater autonomous underwater system. These all will be developed by you people. You know, it's already there. DRDO has developed, but then we want a large number of horizontal growth of capability and capacity for which we need you. We need you. Next. So DRDO, where I serve, has got almost about 50 labs, but then now we are trying to integrate them into different the clusters. So in 50, we want to make it about 10, the overall, the numbers. This is what the recommendation of the new committee. So currently you have about 8 clusters, aeronautical, armament, and also the senior colleagues, naval systems, strategic systems, life sciences, material science, electronics and computers, including radars, missile systems. So these are the major cluster of DRDO laboratories. And I was looking after all the laboratories, even though my focus was on soldiers, the man behind the weapon. But I was looking right from missiles, aircraft, radars, sonars, torpedoes, being the chief controller of research and development. So this is what is DRDO, and we have 7,500 scientists, 12,000 technical people, and 8,000 support staff. So this is 30,000 people. I was looking after as DGHR as well, and also DG of the life sciences and DG of the international cooperation, and also the public interface. Next. So these are the various systems which are being made. We started, DRDO started with small arms like rifles, arms, ammunitions, but today we have gone into many areas of very sophisticated weapons. In 1980s, the transition took place when Dr. V.S. Arunachalam was the scientific advisor to the government of India and then to defense minister. And so these are the areas in which, and the latest one in missiles is BrahMos. What is BrahMos? Anybody knows BrahMos?
Okay. So I'm Akshit Jain. I'm from Amity, Noida. So basically, BrahMos is a supersonic missile with Russia, developed with Russia's technology and India's technology both, and it's named after India's Brahmaputra River and some like Moskva River of Russia.
Fantastic. What's your name? Akshay. So Brahmaputra is a confluence of Brahmaputra. Brahmos is confluence of Brahmaputra and Moskva. Moskva is the river in Russia. And today we have the fastest supersonic cruise missile today in the world is with you, with India. So this is power of our the technology, defense technology, joint ventures. So we don't have to work. We have to do a business with another country like Russia. We are able to make the BrahMos missiles as well. So you have so many clusters. Next.
3.
Three, two, one, zero, one, two, three, four. What is this? What is a missile? What is the function of a missile? Why do we need missile? Anybody? Raise your hand. Come on, you guys should be bold enough to express yourself.
I believe these are Agni and the Prithvi ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Uh, these aim to increase the strategic reach of a country. We can strike the farthest. Like I believe, recent missiles can hit as far as Beijing, around 6,000 kilometers. So it is like a force multiplier of a nation.
Very good. What's your name?
Devjit
Give a
Biswas.
big clap to this guy. He knows many things.
Pardon?
A name?
Devjit Biswas
from
Amity, Noida.
Amity Knight. Very good, very good. See, if you want to know defense technology, I can put them into four squadrons, four quadrangle. First is sense, deny, reach, destroy. This is all defense technology. Nothing. Sense, radars, binoculars, and electro optics. Everything is to sense what the enemy is doing. There are so many technologies for sensing the enemy's strength as well as enemy's capability, strategies, operations, the preparedness, everything you need to sense what is the strength so that you can give the punch accordingly. So this is one type of technologies in defense is sensing. Then you have to prevent sensing from other countries. So you need countermeasures to deny electronic warfare, jamming, interception. So all this to prevent the enemy countries the sensing on you. So this is the deny technology. Sense, deny, then reach. You have to reach like a missile, reach 6,000 kilometers with a payload of 1.5 ton load. One missile can carry. It could be a nuclear warhead, it could be a conventional warhead. So you can carry this to the defense. So this is what is a missile. And you said intercontinental ballistic missile. Since now we have the capability 6,000. Once you go to space, whether you want to go to 10,000, you are going to 13,000, you can easily make it by another propulsion motor. You just have to put another motor. You reach there. So we have the capability to reach across any continent, for example, even though we claim that we are up to 6,000 kilometer, but our country has the capability to reach anywhere in the world. So this is Agni missile. In missile, you see only a rocket taking off, but then so many technologies go into that. Propulsion, solid motors, liquid motors, control, guidance, navigation, payload integration of the weapon system integration. And then weapon has to dissociate itself. Computation of the targets, that computational capability, the trajectory in which it has to traverse to reach that target, designate the target to the accuracy. These are all technologies. You see only a missile taking off as a rocket taking off, but so many technologies get into this. Defense technology is this. Defense technology is this systems, subsystems, components, devices. Everything has to be made here. That is why the opportunities are phenomenal.
It has an aerodynamically designed tailless compound delta platform, and of course, the relaxed static stability combined with a state-of-the-art fly-by-wire makes stages highly agile and maneuverable.
So, what is LCA? What do you understand by LCA?
Light combat aircraft.
Okay.
This is a single engine Tejas aircraft indigenously developed in India.
This guy has learned so much. Great. Let's give a big clap to him.
And then here we also can see the light combat helicopter, which is the LCH Prachand. Right, sir?
You are going to join defense technology?
Indian Army, sir.
Register him. Oh, great. Let's say he wants to join Indian Army. Great. Clap him. Clap for him. See, today, if you look at missiles, just not only Agni and Prithvi, Akash, the air defense person sitting here, air defense, Akash, the Astra is air to air missile, Akash is surface to air missile, and this will give the air defense what he is talking about. So you need to look at surface to air missile, surface to surface missile, long range Agni missiles. Then you have anti tank missile, Nag. See, we name everything very, very carefully. When you say Agni, the power, energy, Shakti to reach 6,000 kilometers. So Agni. Prithvi, surface to surface. Prithvi. Akash, surface to air missile. Akash. And the Nag goes and hits at the turret of a tank like this. So Nag missile, anti-tank missile. And then Astra, the air-to-air missile, to hit another aircraft or a drone or any other aerial bodies. So these are the ways in which DRDO has already developed these systems, unmanned aerial vehicles, starting from Lakshya, Nishant, Rustum, and now we are looking at medium altitude, long range, long endurance the unmanned aerial system, MAIL systems. So then HAIL, we are looking at HAIL, high altitude, the long endurance, the UAVs. So we are all under development. So aeronautics, when you look at, great opportunity for you to develop an engine. Today, Kaveri engine, which has to propel the LCA, now even though he mentioned that we started with GE404, now today we are looking at 0414 of the GE engine, but our Kaveri is ready. Kaveri is ready with 75 kilonewton thrust. But then the LCA has become so heavy with all the new weapons, the fly-by-wire digital cockpit, and also the radar integration, weapon integration. The weight of the LCA has gone up over the period. So now it's not able to propel. That is why we have gone for import of the GE engines. But then you have to replace that. You people have to work. Already efforts are on to develop AMCA, Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft. That will be almost like a fifth generation aircraft, and we will have that powered by indigenous engines, and we will have our own GTRE is developing the engine, and you saw one of the alumnus working over there. So this is what is the opportunity available for you. If you take defense technology, these are the spectrum of activities: unmanned aerial vehicles and fifth generation fighter aircraft, AMCA. All this is there. And then arrestor barrier, parachutes of different types to drop men, materials, vehicles. Even a tank can be dropped by a heavy lift, the parachutes. This is all in aeronautics. GTRE, gas turbine engine development fighter aircraft. LCH, the light combat helicopters. So you need people to do this. Capacity for manufacturing, capability to develop new systems. We need you. Next.
When it comes to war, no weapon dominates the battlefield more than the main battle tank. Backed by superior firepower, protection, and mobility, these armored monsters often decide the fate of wars. From capturing land territories to creating havoc behind enemy lines, the tank is the most destructive war machine during any surface combat. This is Arjun Mark I, a fearsome battle tank equipped with advanced warfare technologies. Indigenously designed and developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO.
What is the name of this tank? Main battle tank? Anyone? Main battle tank? Name of this? Like Agni for a missile. What is the name of this? MBT. Is there already on screen? Arjun. So why Arjun? We named this as Arjun, which has the best armor. You know, we started with Kanchan armor. Then we went into also the hybrid, and we went into the also polymers, as well as we have a new technology, composites. So the armor is a very important technology because the survivability of a tank depends on your armor. Then you need to have mobility. So we have 1,500 horsepower engine which propels this. The huge tank, it is 64 ton now. The tank weight is 64 tons. But then now we have started manufacturing lightweight tank, which is only about 25 tons. So we are, because you have to airlift to the Ladakh and forward areas. So there is a necessity. Some of the bridges may not even take the load of 64 tons when the tank moves. So that is why we are now developing. It's already under development, which is going to be evaluated soon and will be inducted. So the Arjun is one of the main battle tank, but we have not stopped with only Arjun. We have armored amphibious vehicle, which we see here. It can float in river and then cross the riverlets. So that is armored amphibious vehicle. You have a bridge layer tank. A tank can lay the bridge, and then over this, another tank can move. So if you have to cross a river, you can put 3, 4 tanks, and then you make a bridge, and then on which the other tanks can pass through. Bridge layer tank. We started with Sarvatra, and we have this bridge layer tank. And then we have armored ambulance to evacuate the people from the battlefield to this. So when you say combat vehicles, Arjun is one of the important things, but we make a large number of combat vehicles, a family of combat vehicles, which some of them are shown here. So your tank has to have survivability, sustainability, mobility, and lethality. give the kill power to the tank. This is what is there in our MBT Arjun. And those who have driven that MBT would vouch this is one of the best tank with survivability, sustainability, mobility, and lethality. Next. Now, coming to electronic warfare and radars, we have a family of radars, starting with Indra PC radar, Rajendra Face Array radar, Central Acquisition radar, and many, many, Bhavani, Tarani, all this, there are a number of the and also with Tarang for the Air Force. So we have developed a family of radars, which are exported. Now to other countries, we are exporting radars. So radars is for sensing. Electronic warfare is for jamming. We started with Samyukta for Army, Sangraha for Navy, and Tarang for the Air Force. So like this, we have a large number of the electronic warfare for interception, jamming, and so that the enemy we can deny the interception or their we can silence their system also. We can silence their radars. So we have this capability as well. Next. Then coming to naval system, see we make our own ships, warships, and we make the aircraft carrier, which is a very complicated technology to carry aircraft, fighter aircraft on board ship. So we are making aircraft carrier. We have made nuclear powered submarines. The Arihant is already there, and the second system is also is getting into the induction. So you have the nuclear powered submarine and conventional submarines. So this is for the autonomous underwater system. Then you need sonars, torpedoes, sonars like radars outside. You need to sense the other enemy warships as well as submarines. So we have developed sonars, torpedoes to go and hit and destroy the some other submarines, adversary submarines, as well as autonomous underwater system, if any. So these are all the systems for the including thermal torpedo, Varunastra. There's a lot of technologies get into this. You see only a torpedo going in, but there's a lot of technological effort to develop this. So that we want you to do that. Next. These are sonars, the sensors, which we're talking about, sensors of the warships as well as submarines. Next. We have Sonobuoy. Then I was driving this nano mission way ahead. In 2010, we started a nano mission in DRDO because nanotechnology has got tremendous application. Suppose you want to increase the propulsion capability of your liquid propulsion or solid propulsion, you can use the nanomaterials which will give that power to push longer distance, carry a huge payload. Similarly, composite airframe to increase the strength for both armor as well as for the aircrafts. You can have a larger strength, the compressive strength, as well as Young's modulus to make it more malleable. All this is possible with nano, including conduction properties. So we started a big mission, which is now on. So if you are interested in nano application in defense, here is an opportunity. Next. Then you will see the COVID, during COVID, if you look at it is the DRDO technology which came into rescue. The spin-off, what we did for armed forces, it came to rescue. For example, a fighter pilot, when he flies an aircraft, you cannot keep on adding cylinders if he has to fly for a longer distance, longer operations. So we have onboard oxygen generation system, OBOX, which is to concentrate from the air, which you have almost 20.6% oxygen, and then the rest of it is nitrogen. So you sieve out the nitrogen, then concentrate the oxygen. So the fighter pilot doesn't carry only an emergency cylinder. He keeps breathing from the gas, which is atmospheric gas available by concentrating the oxygen. This technology we used for COVID situation. We used that for fighter pilot, but we developed many hospitals in which oxygen concentrator was developed. Use a zeolite filter to sieve out the nitrogen and to concentrate the oxygen. So defense technology saved the lives. We built hospitals with all life support technologies, DRDO, diagnostics. And what I want to say is DRDO is not only for the defense, but a lot of spin-off tech. Critical care ventilator came from DRDO. We developed and handed it over to Pricol. Then Sunray company took over from DRDO and they came into rescue to give large number of critical care ventilator. This is your organization, DRDO. Next. Now coming to defense technology course. So knowing all these opportunities available, DRDO, that's our organization where I served for 40 years. And this organization, after made a blueprint, how do we churn out the future, the leaders in defense technology? So for which they designed a curriculum which is unique. This curriculum is unique for masters in technology because normally MTech you have dissertation only for 6 months. You go to a dissertation for a project work or a dissertation. But in this program, only 1 year is done in Amity University. The next 1 year, you will do a live project of defense in an industry or a DRDO lab. So this is what is unique. Normal MTech programs are only, it is for 6 months dissertation. But here is a unique opportunity. 1 year, you will be involved in active development. All those alumni whom you saw on screen, they all vouch that they did internship in a DRDO lab or a defense industry, then they were absorbed into defense industry. This is what is the opportunity available for you people. You can either get employed in DRDO or you can get employed in so many defense industries which are growing. So we started this program, Defense Technology, two initiatives. One is for you, BTech, MTech, integrated defense technology. So after you finish your 12th, you can join BTech, MTech integrated 5 year program where you pass through all this. You will work with the DRDO, you will work with the defense industry. We will give as many internship as possible. So we have both MTech, which is 2 year program, of which 1 year in defense industry or DRDO, and 1 year here in Amity University. We have brilliant faculties, Dr. Neeraj Kumar, Dr. Neha, who introduced, and Rao, and so many other people, brilliant people, not only from here, then we have Basant Singh Shikarwar, and we have M.K. Pandey. So all top people are there, and DRDO people. I'm here, Dr. Gopal Bhushan, Colonel Gopal, Dr. Suchandra, and she's from electro-optics. Optics is her specialty. And we have Dr. Abhishek. And like this, we have so many people who are now driving the defense technology. So brilliant people will groom you as a futuristic defense technologies. So we started this program and we made 7 verticals. Combat vehicles, you saw some of them who worked on combat vehicles. Then we went into aerospace, that you saw those people working in ADE, LR. Then we went to defense electronics, LRD. So we have 7 verticals. That is combat vehicles, aerospace, naval systems, directed energy weapons, high energy materials, sensors and communications, and AI and the cybersecurity. So 7 verticals you have. So you can choose any one of them to grow. And so once you join BTech, MTech integrated, you will have the opportunity to go through the. Initially, we'll give a foundation in engineering of all these areas so that you should have a strong basic engineering knowledge is given for first 2.5 years. Then you will start focusing on defense technology. Then you will specialize in one of the verticals, 7 verticals. So you can choose any one of them. So that is the opportunity. So our Raksha Mantri, our Sri Rajnath Singh ji, and he launched the program. And Dr. Satish Reddy was the former scientific advisor to Raksha Mantri and also the Secretary Department of Defense R&D, the chairman DRDO, and a good friend of mine. And so he is the one who started this program in the DRDO and with the approval from AICT, because the curriculum has to be approved by a technical organization, which is AICTE. So they have approved this. So this is an approved program of the country, the government of India. Next. So these are the verticals I already mentioned. You see some of our the previous colleagues. And it's a unique program contributing to nation building. And also you can work in PSUs. There are so many PSUs like Bharat Electronics Limited and Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, Bharat Dynamics Limited, BDL, BEML, and Midani. So like that, there are so many defense, the PSUs, public sector undertaking industry. We have so many private industries. There are so many MNCs. They are all looking for people. They are, they are looking for human resource. That's where you come in. Tremendous opportunity. Next, I'll conclude in a couple of slides. High employability. I don't have to say anything. I have said enough. Next. And these are the companies, PSUs, PHEL, BDL, all these companies are looking for you, and multinationals, Raytheon, and Boeing, GE, Lockheed, Textron. So SpaceX, everyone is looking for you. Because there is other world is becoming older. You are the youngest India, and you are the youngest demographic, the potential as well as the talent pool available today in India. So that is why they are all looking for HAL, BL, L&T over. Next. Tata's, Boeing, GE. Next. Now, little bit about Amity. If you choose Amity, what is Amity? Amity today is a universe. We have 12 universities in India, independent 12 Amity universities in 12 states. And then we have 18 campuses abroad: Dubai, Mauritius, Singapore, London, Romania, China, USA. We have two campuses. And we have in Kenya, we have in Russia, and we also have in Tashkent. So this is Amity. Amity is a universe, 28 schools we have, and we have some of the two schools are represented here. So we have 2 lakh students in Amity, and we have 10,000 faculties, 5,000 PhD scholars. So this is the Amity universe. So if you opt to join, you will not join one university. You will join this Amity universe, which is 200,000 students, 800,000 alumni who have passed out of Amity, and you will join that group, which is a research and innovation driven university. We have published 45,000 research papers. Our H index is 153. Today it has become 153. And then we have filed patents, 2,203 patents. That is the number today, 2203 is the patents Amity has filed, Amity Group has filed. Now we have got almost 420 granted. Now we are now translating them into product technology process. 35 technology transfers we have done. So this is your Amity. Where you are today is your Amity. Next. And our NIRF ranking, we've actually touched 22. That in the year 2022, we were there. But then so many institutions, IITs and others have come in. But we want to be in top 20. So our age is only 19. We are just 19 years young university, which is 2005. We became the first university here. And so we were able to reach this. And our aspirations is to be in top 20, then top 10, and maybe in top 5. Next. And we also have accreditation of all this, what you see here today. The QS ranking has put Amity as top for the employability of the candidates. Top. Similarly, international research collaborations, we are number 1. So like this QS ranking in India, we are number 1 with IIT Bombay in among IITs, number 1. And similarly, IISc Bangalore from science based. Then we have in private university, Amity University, number 1. So you are in that number 1 university here. This is what our NIRF ranking. These are the accreditation. BASC is an American accreditation, which is not given anybody else except the American and North American, South American areas. But then they have given it to Amity, the accreditation. So this is your Amity University. Next.
The Indian Intellectual Property Office of the Government of India has conferred the National Intellectual Property Award 2020 on Amity University for Top Indian Academic Institution for Patents and Commercialization, a reflection of Amity's commitment to research and innovation.
We got the award not only in 2020, 22, 24, and now we are waiting for the next cycle to come in. So we are generating new knowledge. A patent is a knowledge which is commercializable, as well as knowledge which is disruptive, path breaking. That is why you file an IPR. So we have 2,203 patents, copyrights we have, trademark we have. So these are all the IPRs. Next. Then we have a great incubator. Suppose you want to get not only employment, but you want to generate employment to become an entrepreneur or a startup. We give you that opportunity. We have a big incubator. Please visit when you have an opportunity. And we are one block is dedicated only for incubation. We have incubated more than 1,000 companies, and 120 startups are doing very well. We have taken equities, 15 to 20% equities. So if you have a brilliant idea in defense technology or any area, we can hand hold you, mentoring, technical business development, this will be possible. These are some of the incubators who have become successful, and we have taken equities in those companies. Next. Then we also have brought industries, Tata Technologies. They have put 30,000 square feet, automobiles, aerospace, robotic manufacturing. They have put a facility. 8 engineers of Tata Technologies are here in our campus mentoring our students. So we have brought industry to our campus. We are not just connecting with industry, but we are bringing industry to our campus. These are some of the other industries. And finally, the Amity Institute of Technology. These are the facilities that's been created. You can just run through. These are facilities available. If you join Amity University in Defense Technology, these are the technologies you will be using, which is available today in Amity here in this campus. Next. Keep moving. Then, besides the infrastructure, we have people to groom you. Some of them I have put them over here. You know, Dr. V.K. Jain, he was a scientist in DRDO for 35 years in solid state physics laboratory. And we have military people, Jan Gadiok, who heads the defense and strategic studies. So, like this, we have brilliant faculties. Neeraj Kumar is there. And so, all these people who are from DRDO and defense, these R&D experts are here. I have shown few of them, but there are many more. And so these are some glimpses of the activity of Amity Institute of Defense Technology, headed by Neeraj Kumar, ably supported by all the people from his faculties. And so internships are being done in these places for our students. So if you join, you will get the opportunity. We have created an artificial intelligence, 10 petaflop computing capability today is here in this university. We are upgrading to 60 petaflop. That is the capability of Amity today in defense technology. Next. Because AI is coming in a big way in defense. There are many areas. We are doing a TDF project, which is to identify a person in a crowd. How do you identify? Using a AI platform, algorithm has been written by which using facial as well as skeletal configuration, gestures, and the gait, using these four physiological parameters, you can identify it is so and so. So this is the power of AI. So this is one project. Similarly, next, we can also identify the ships. If you are doing a maritime security, you can identify, you have the warships, you have merchant ships, you have steamers, you have boats, you have fishing boats. So how do you identify a ship or a boat carrying an antisocial element? So we have developed all this technology using AI platform and data analytics. Next. Drone center. We are developing an advanced drone center in Amity University. Conformal antenna. Next. So these are some areas I just wanted to show you. Next. And then these are some technologies which will work for soldiers. We have sensors, and also the third underwater autonomous system has been designed by Amity Center of Design. And also we have in service of soldier, we have besides doing defense technology, we are also having Amity Indian Military College for men and women. We have started first time in the country a separate military college for men and women. We have SSB Academy. If you want to join armed forces, as he was mentioning, if we have an opportunity to do that. We have 400 officers have gone to the serving officers to Army, Navy, Air Force through SSBs and AFSBs, the Air Force selection boards. Next. And we also have study abroad program. So if you spend here 5 years here, 2 years you may spend abroad in our own university there. We have in Dubai, Mauritius, Singapore, London, USA, Romania, USA, Russia, and also all these countries we are there. So you will have a study abroad program. During this period, you will spend a couple of years in our universities abroad. So this opportunity is available because of Amity Global Present. Final slide. One last but one. And he is the founder of Amity Universe. Let's give a big clap to the person who has created the whole Amity Universe, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan. And Dr. Ashok Chauhan is a PhD in chemical engineering. After doing masters in chemistry, he went to Germany in the early 60s and did PhD in chemical engineering. And he had that vision to make India number one in the world in defense technology. So today he has created the whole universe, Amity universe, in which defense technology and defense areas are very important contribution. And he says, contribute this message to you, contribute in making India strong. Aspire for a distinguished defense career. Defense career can be defense technology career, or it could be defense, army, navy, air force career. Whichever you dream, we will enable you to happen through this Amity Institute of Defense Technology and Amity Institute of Defense and Strategic Studies. Next. Now, finally,
Amity announces the launch of MTech Defense Technology in collaboration with DRDO Ministry of Defense Government of India. In India's first MTech Defense Technology, students will learn from eminent scientists from DRDO with internships in defense labs and industries. The ideal launchpad for careers in defense R&D, manufacturing and armed forces technical wing.
last slide, Prime Minister. Now, finally, we should salute our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who has given a vision last 10 years, and then maybe in the Amrit Kal, he will see through the India becoming a Viksit Bharat. He says, I quote, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, the resolution of our country is not small. When the armed forces make a list and decide not to import 300 defense products, in this resolution, I can see the seed of a bright future for Atmanirbhar Bharat that will convert this dream into a banyan tree. So that is our Honorable Prime Minister. Let's give a big clap to our Honorable Prime Minister. Bigger, louder. Very good. Thank you so much. Blessings to all of you. Sorry I took a little long time, but I thought I should cause the excitement to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving forward, we have our next session of the day, Introduction to Defense Technology Program by Professor Dr. Neeraj Kumar. Dr. Neeraj has 20 years of experience in teaching undergraduate and postgraduate course and having experience of organizing conference, developing manuals for laboratory, syllabus and setting question papers for various universities. Presently, he is reviewer for various international SCI listed journals and member of peer reviewing committee for evaluation of scientific project for countries like Kazakhstan and Israel.
Brigadier Segal has to visit some laboratories, so he's going there. And so we want to express our token of our gratitudes, love and affection for him. And also we want to connect with the Delhi Policy Group in a big way. And so he is going to visit Amity Institute of Defense and Strategic Studies, interact with the faculties over there. So thank you so much, Segal sir, for blessing all of us children and including all of us here in Amity. I'm sure if you can come over here.
Uh, After such a powerful presentation by Dr. Selvaburthy, I'm sure most of you are very convinced that this is just the field that you should be looking at. And I wish you all success. It's not, you are actually going to be investing in the future of the country and your own future. I know these days, own future is more important than the country, but please believe me, if you invest in yourself in the field of defense technology, you'll also be investing in the country's future. I wish you all success, all happiness, and God bless.
Good afternoon to all. We are already around 1 hour late, so we'll skip this content already. Silmukti sir has covered and all speaker has covered all our aspect of the defense technology. And actually, I have a very tough job to speak after Silvamurthy sir, whom we call as a encyclopedia. So I'll uh, just my volunteer who have done this work. So where is Ria? Nandani, please come. Devi, Ria, Nandani, they are in the third year. Devi just joined us. She is in the first year only. Come, Shivam, Nishan, Shivram, Surya, Panya, please come. Come first. And finally, MTech, Kastub, come first. Next, Gaurav. Where is Gaurav? Okay, fine. Come here. Come, all of you, please come. So, all they are third. Give big clap to them because of they just went. What?
All of you, all faculties can join.
And
Manish,
my faculty, I just
where is Manish?
Dr. Narayan from the smaller one will start. He is a PhD from IIT Kharagpur. Please join us.
He's
Dr.
from IIT Kharagpur.
Dr. Manish, IIT Roorkee. Dr. Neha is expert on sensor. And these are the faculty with us right now. And Dr. Abhishek Verma, please come.
Suchendra, you also join.
Please join us.
She is the electro-optic expert. Colonel Gopal, can you also join? Colonel Gopal, please, Colonel.
Gopal sir, without you it is not possible. Please come.
Yeah, please join.
And my staff, Purnima, Sija, please come.
Yeah, please.
Purnima, Sija.
Where is Purnima?
And my attendant Rajkumar, can join first. Come here. Come first.
See, these are only faculty available seeing here. But then there are faculties in Amity School of Engineering and Technology, and number of them will also be teaching you, including me. I will come and interact with you for special guest lectures, interaction. In defense
Detail,
technology is close to my heart.
sir, detail of the faculty we have already uploaded on the website. You can see there. Most of the from DRDO scientists and the defense veterans are there. So give a clap to them. And from our side, big clap to all the students and the faculty who have joined us. Thank you so much for coming. Now we'll start the lab visit. Thank you.
Before we go for the lab visit, there is a small refreshment arranged for the members and the students.
Felicitation for General APC. I don't know. Purnima. So we are so happy the students have come from these brilliant schools. Because, I feel so delighted whenever I see youngsters like you. I get into your age and then start dreaming how we can develop the India as a Viksit Bharat. And you have a big role to play, and our blessings to you. And I'm sure all of you will be a success story. You will make history. Each one of you will be a success story in your life. And blessings. So, does any of the teachers would like to say just 1 minute? Just
Good morning to everybody. Now it's good afternoon. It's a wonderful journey to see uh, what has been going on, and our students also interacting with the faculties, as well as the sir has explained how the students are learning. Now the time is being changed. I has passed in 2009 from Galgotia College of Engineering and Technology, but nowadays I can see the world is being changing very fast, and lot of opportunities that the student can grasp, a lot of things they can learn from the world. And I think at that time, if we got that kind of opportunity, definitely I will go through that. And thank you for inviting us and inculcate that knowledge into our student and in us also. Thank you very much, sir.
thank you. Come more often. I want you to say a few words, introduce yourself, and speak.
Very good afternoon to all the dignitaries and to the students. It was a great learning experience for all of us, even for the students also. And when, sir, you were explaining everything, it was becoming so comfortable and for informative. As you said, knowledge is very important. So, all the knowledge, I hope all the children were gaining that and very well explained. I hope many of the students will be inspired and motivated by this and would surely join this defense technology. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. I'm Geeta from St. Thomas School, Indrapuram. First of all, I want to thank Amity University because we were able to meet the dignitaries from DRDO, which is really a dream for us as well as our students. From DRDO, watching them, speaking with them, interacting with them, very, very good. And I would thank Sir that he gave a very good widespread area where we can make our future and serve our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. The refreshments will be available outside, which thereafter we'll be proceeding with the university tour.